In this day, a day where we see attacks against our president and our very own best and brightest federal and state leaders, we must renew our commitment to fight for our democratic principles and ideals. Principles driven by our progressive agenda to bring opportunity, fairness, tolerance, and respect for others. Ideals rooted in our history as a party, our belief in the ideal for which America began, that all people are created equal. And as Ted Kennedy said, when we Democrats say all, we mean all of us. Now, the party of Bush, the Republican Party, believes in exploiting the politics of fear and division. They want to go back to the days when energy lobbyists had unfettered access to Dick Cheney. Record deficits were being amassed on the backs of our children, and health industry bureaucrats were making life and death decisions, all for the sake of driving profit. As Democrats, we fought and we elected Martin Heinrich, Harry T., Ben Ray Lujan, and Tom Udall so that they could join Jeff Bingaman in Washington. And now you Mexicans can feel assured that our congressional delegation is fighting to shape our future, not fear it. When we speak of our future, many of us have to go no further than our own families to draw inspiration. The two happiest moments in my life occurred on the days that my two daughters, Cameron and Cadence, were born. I'll always treasure those first few moments of their lives when I held them in my arms. As a new parent staring into their big, beautiful brown eyes, I understood the awesome responsibility that I had to those precious little girls. And since those early moments, I have constantly thought of how I can provide a safe and healthy life filled with opportunity and love. I worry about their future. Today they're growing up in a world that often seems like it's working against them rather than for them. Now, I'm a product of public education. I benefited from an educational system where teachers were valued and a child's education never suffered the consequences of political calculation. When the Republicans controlled the White House and the Congress, we saw policies enacted that set up our public schools to fail. They promoted alternatives to public schools using the same old fear tactics. They passed No Child Left Behind, gutted the funding, and ironically left millions and millions of children not only behind, but also at a greater risk of failure. They said choice would promote better education. Instead, they were willing to create two different school systems, one for the rich and one for the poor.
That's right.
They wanted to leave behind millions of kids, mostly poor, across this country in educational systems underfunded and doomed to fail. Now, while Republicans were making a mess of our educational system at the national level, it was a very different story under Democratic leadership here in New Mexico. Governor Richardson and Lieutenant Governor Dennis, with the help of our Democratic-controlled legislature, fought for constitutional changes that allowed for greater investments in public education. Under Governor Richardson and Lieutenant Governor Dennis, we have seen investments in early childhood development, pre-K, all-day kindergarten, and a commitment to reduce dropout rates amongst our high school teenagers.
All right.